Good morning, my name is Jonah Bosques and this is Deertalk. This morning we have the pleasure of having created a specific series for deer production topics in Florida. And for that, we have the pleasure of sharing the screen with Dr. Juan Campos. He's a veterinarian at the University of Florida Veterinary Hospital, and he's also an extension specialist. So Dr. Campos, we welcome you to the show, and we're excited to have you as the star of the program on this new program, actually, that we're starting for deer production in Florida. How are you this morning?
Hello, I'm doing very good. Thank you so much for being here, and it'll be a pleasure to talk with you about deer or anything, any questions you have.
Dr. Campos, I want that you describe briefly what is the deer industry in United States and specifically in Florida. Can you talk more about that?
Yes, absolutely. So when we talk about the deer industry, we're talking about deer farms. So it's people that will breed and reproduce. Generally, in the great majority, is whitetail deer in captivity. So they will breed them. And the main objective of a deer farm is to sell trophy deers for hunting. There are other products that come with that, but generally that's the objective.
And what is the economic impact, the economic impact of the industry? Is something that people want to know. We know that this is emerging, but we don't have the numbers.
Yes, the deer farming industry is one of the fastest growing industries in the country. It has an advantage that you or the person that wants to start a deer farm doesn't need a lot of land. So it can start with 10 acres. It can start. The deer industry moves a lot of funds. It moves a lot of money. It's estimated that the whole industry moves around $900 billion. That's including the hunting, all the preserves, all the industry. The deer farming industry provides almost 60,000 jobs throughout the United States. And among the states that have the highest numbers of deer farms is Texas. And then there are other states that have a little bit less. But Florida, it's right between the 5th and the 7th in the country in deer farms. In Florida right now, we have an estimation of around almost 400 farms and preserves here in Florida.
So what is the composition of the industry as a whole? We talk about reserves, we talk about farms. What other businesses can come out or are part of this industry?
The deer farming industry, like I said, we call it industry. It's really deer farming. It's reproducing, growing deer. It's aimed, like I said, at producing trophy deer bucks. In other states, now that it's not the case of Florida, there's also a market for venison. So you can produce deer so you can sell the meat for venison, for whitetail deer. During the production of the deer, you have different other products that deer farmers can use. So you have antlers, you can sell antlers. You also have some farms that specialize in collecting urine. That's very important for scent and for producing for scent for hunters. That's a big market. And also one of the most important components that if you have a deer farm and you have really good genetics is that you can have bucks that will be producing semen. So you will be selling straws of semen, and in some occasions there's also the chance of doing embryo transfers. So the genetics plays a big component, the better genetics. So in deer farming, better genetics mean animals that are fast growing, that can have really nice antlers. So a buck is valued really by the antlers that it has. The bigger the antlers and the faster they can grow, the more valuable that animal will be.
So that means that we are talking about a very wide industry. The deer industry is a wide industry. It's not a small um, industry, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. So the deer farming industry, it's involves lots of things. So one of the advantages that Florida has is that Florida has a really good weather. So Florida has a chance of deer farmers not just having whitetail deer, but to have also exotic deer. That increases the chance because we're always talking about trophy hunting
Mm.
for these places. So a deer farm can produce not just whitetail, but can also produce other species of deer that can be sold for trophy. Generally, these animals are sold to big preserves where they're released, and then there's a hunting component. And generally, that hunting is marketed as a package. It's like a vacation package. So somebody can come from in the middle of winter, way from the north, and hunt a deer here in Florida and take it as a vacation. So what I want to say with that is that it's not just the production of the deer, but it's the whole people moving, people having to, buy ammunition, and people having to stay in a place, go to restaurants. So it's like it's industry in terms of, hunting trips as well. That moves the economy and gives jobs as well.
Dr. Campos, if I want to start or a farmer want to start in producing deers, what will be the key points and consideration that the farmer need to know?
Yes. The deer farming industry, if you are thinking of going to the deer farm, starting a deer farm, and it really depends on your motives. If you're looking at as a business, it's something you want to do to retire or to start, to make a living.
Everybody want to make money.
Absolutely, yes. To make money, you first thing that I would recommend is to talk with the people that already have deer farms. There's many deer associations that have a lot of experience. We can share our experience and guide them as well. But I would say look at the market and really what you want to do. See where you're going to sell your animals, what you're going to be doing, what's going to be your priority, what are you going to aim to before starting. After starting deer farming, like I said, you don't need huge lands depending on what type of production you're going to do. If you're just going to produce bucks and sell off all your animals and just always keep doing that, you probably don't need too much land. But if you're thinking of also having a preserve, it involves more investment, of course. And so it really depends on what you have, what you're willing to invest, and what's your final objective.
Dr. Campos, for these potential farmers, what will be the message that you want to bring them today?
The message is that if you're really interested in becoming a deer farmer, one of the things that I would suggest is think about what you want to reach, what's your objective. Think about the things that you have. Investigate about the regulations that you need, depending on where you're located in Florida. And I think that a step that's very important is to reach out to people that know. You can reach out. There's a few deer farming associations here in Florida. There are the U.S. deer, I mean the big U.S. Deer farming associations where you can reach out, and I'm sure they will help you or help that person, guide them through what they're thinking if they want to become a deer farmer. Like I said, it's the deer farming industry is the fastest growing industry in the country, and so I believe that think about what you want, and then get advice from people that are already in the market that can help you. We can also help if you need some help with cherry. We can help you, point you to the right people that you can talk to, or we can help you in terms of, especially I'm a veterinarian, in terms of everything that's the management, health, and other components as well.
Dr. Campos, we thank you for your time. We're excited about this new chapter. If you are a potential deer producer, you want to have a plan. You want to have done your research before you sink a lot of money into something that you don't understand. That is the take-home message. And we have the University of Florida IFAS Extension has people that can help you get started with your operation or potential operation. So if you need some more information in the topic, we're going to include our emails, and don't hesitate to contact us, follow us, subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can get more information. Thank you again, Dr. Campos. Thank you, Francisco, for your time, and we will see you next time.
This is Deer Talks.
Boom!